All right, so we're going to show you how to install one of our blinds today. Basically, obviously, the first thing to do is get it up in the air. I haven't put one up 8 foot in a long time. Generally, we've been doing 4 because it's just easier to get out of. But we're in this little island, and we carved out a little spot, so we got, you know, good egress to get out of this thing and not be seen. So we're going 8 foot today. Basically, the first thing you want to do is try and get the piece of machinery, the tractor or the skid steer, level, because if it's cocked, you're going to be kind of fighting it. So the blind's kind of up there level. And then the next thing I'm going to do is kind of read the ground, and I can tell this is going to be my lowest corner. So when I tack this one in, I'm actually going to, you know, when I put it up there, I'm going to send it home, and then I'm going to pull it out a little bit so it's a little bit longer than the other legs. Just kind of eyeball everything. We're going to tack the legs first. So that's what we'll do. I'm going to drop it just a hair. Hold on. Like that. In other words, this one will be a little longer than the others. A little more. I dropped that one a little too. Okay, so these are both in there a little bit longer. Now, I'm going to have him basically set it straight down. So roll it down just a hair and then straight down. Try and keep these kind of out if possible. See if I can hit myself in the nuts. Down a little. All right, so we basically just got it all leveled. Again, these things, in my opinion, don't need to be bottomed out in the riser, because you put a couple of those lags. This thing only weighs 600 pounds, you know, and you divide that by 4 and then again in half with multiple lags, and it's got plenty of strength to hold it on a lag. So now it's kind of where we want it. All the legs have pressure on it. It's level. So now I'm going to screw the braces on. And obviously, like, you want the start high, low, high, low, high, low, all the way around, so you get a bunch of triangles. And in a place with a lot of wind and stuff, it doesn't hurt to double these up and make an X. Put another one of these on the inside. We build our own ladders a lot of times. These are 10 footers, so on 8 foot 4x4s, we buy 7 2x4 10 footers, and those are the 4 braces, and then 2 of them are for the ladder, and the third one is for the ladder rungs. So what I've always done is I'll take this ladder now and I'll use it to unstrap my strap up there. Again, we don't need anything too fancy, so this is kind of how we do our ladders. But we also sometimes use the Shadow Hunter ladder platforms, and they mate perfectly up to the bottom of our blinds, and then you have an actual platform. But I like to be able to get out of that door and sneak straight down and not spend too much time up there getting seen. So I'm just going to fasten this ladder, put some screws in from the inside of the blind, and call her a day. Go up there and see the view. So this is our latest rendition of staking a box down. We use rebar, and we weld a nut on there, and then we also have a little plate with 2 holes in it, so you can slide it over here and hook this side, and it locks it, and that way you can pull it out with a machine really easy. But he just drilled the holes, so we put those in there, pound them in, and we haven't lost one yet like this. Not gonna say it'll withstand a tornado, but it has worked. All right, so the last thing that we do here, our blinds obviously ship with the matte black vinyl on the outside, and that's so there's no reflection when the window opens and closes. So once the blind's set like this, I kind of open the windows and see where I need to see and get about this height. I'll be in a chair and I'll literally look out the window, right? And I'll be like, okay, I need to basically cut the top. You know, I'm not gonna cut a lot of windows out of this one, so I can afford to go a little bigger on the main windows. So I'm just gonna cut it out and peel that piece off right there. And now I've got a nice viewing window. Now this one is kind of interesting because the angle that you're going to see is a little lower, so we're actually going to cut this one fairly low and a little bit wider than usual, probably, just because, like I said, we're not cutting a lot of the windows out of this blind, so we can afford to make the ones we do need to open a little bit bigger. So that's going to be one of my main shots right there. That was one of the biggest ones I've ever cut, but I want to be able to see right there. So this one in this situation, I really just want like a really thin strip just to see him walking around that pinch to see, you know, kind of when to draw my bow or whatever. So we're just going to do a thin guy there. This is going to be another primary window right here probably, but we don't need a huge chunk. This one is a little higher than that one over there. Okay, and then this one we only need to be able to see out of a quarter of it, so I'll just cut down and out like that, and that's it. The whole back side stayed dark. We're hidden up here in the vines, and that's a done box blind right there, ready to be nice and scent free.